Hey guys, project-zodiac here. I'm back with another video, and this isn't really a review, it's more like my general thoughts on this movie. But yeah, this is something that I'm super excited for. It's a little bit late by a few weeks. I should have done this before. I've just been very busy. But this is my thoughts on the trailer for Tron Ares. As you guys probably know, I've already made many videos on the Tron series. Looking on it right now, I kind of realized that I forgot to talk about Tron the next day, so I need to make a review on that. Uh, but yeah, this is my just overall thoughts on Tron Ares, the trailer, because we finally have a trailer for this. I've been waiting 15 years for it, so it's something that I'm just super excited for, and it's finally here. It's gonna be out in a few months, so I'm super excited for that. So this year we got Tron 3, and then we also have Avatar 3. I'm just so excited. And we also got Xenoblade Chronicles X Definitive Edition, which also kind of, how can I say it, resolves many big cliffhangers from the original version in a extra story DLC kind of thing with it. So I love that it's usually a new Tron, Avatar, and Xenoblade thing always released together. So I'm excited for that too. Um, so yeah, I'm just very happy that we got all of these this year. But anyway, point is my thoughts on this trailer. First of all, I think it looks fantastic. This movie looks visually impressive, and really, I hope that we don't get more than two trailers, because think about what they did with the movie Logan. We only had really two trailers for it, and I think that was enough. They didn't need to keep releasing so many trailers and spoiling the movie, because unfortunately now movies always just get spoiled by the trailers. And it's also ironically not a thing just now. I was recently watching some old movie trailers from like the 80s and stuff, and I'm like, did they literally just show you the entire movie and tell you exactly everything that's gonna happen with the voice narration on the trailer? Why? So yeah, I always thought it was more of a recent thing that the trailers spoil everything, but I guess it's something that they did even back in the 80s. But yeah, I just hope that we don't get more than two trailers for Tron Ares, because I think it will do good, in keeping the mystery and keeping the surprises, similar to what Logan did. Like, because most of the trailers stuff that we saw in Logan was literally from like the first like hour of it, and just like quick sections of it too. So it really left a lot to to be seen for the first time, and I think that that's how trailers should work. The good thing about this trailer is that it does just that. It gives you the main idea of what the movie is going to be about, which is the digital world coming out into the physical world, and it's a invasion story regarding that. And then it just gives you some visual representations of it. You don't know what the movie is about, other than the main thing, which is the digital world coming to the physical world and invading it. But you don't know what the reasons is. You don't know what the plot is. You just know that particular information about the movie, and that's it. So I think that that's genius, and I think that that's how trailers should be. Like, here's just what the general idea is, but it's not what the movie is fully about. So I love that, because it gives you just enough to know, but it doesn't spoil the movie, and that's how a trailer should be. So I really like the way that this trailer was handled. I also really like the visuals. Things look very serious. They look very grungy in a way, and it looks very impressive. I guess that the thing that I was most worried about would be how the music was gonna sound, because Daft Punk is not back for it. But they played the music that Nine Inch Nails will be making in the movie. So they played it in one of the songs in the trailer, and it sounds really good. It fits the aesthetic of Tron, and especially of the Tron soundscape that Daft Punk helped create for the Tron series, starting with Tron Legacy. Because after Tron Legacy, everything that's Tron related that has that similar soundscape. From what we hear about the music here, it has that soundscape as well. So it definitely sounds Tron with a more serious, grungy, industrial vibe to it, but still the essence of Daft Punk's uh, series as a whole is implemented here, or not series as a whole, I'm sorry, atmosphere as a whole is implemented here, and I think that that's really, really good. But yeah, so I'm very excited for it. It sounds like Tron, it looks like Tron, and it's gonna be really good. Um, I showed it to my brother, and because he also loves Tron, and then he's like, where's the old cast? Where's Sam? Where's Cora? I need to know what happened to them, not some random guy. And I'm like, they're most likely going to be addressing what happened to Sam and Cora, because the director of the movie did confirm that this will be building up on what the last movie left, like taking the essences of it and building up from it. So, and that it is properly Tron 3. That's what they said. So, for sure, something's going to be addressed regarding Sam and Cora and the whole Flynless movement. I'm sure that they will be addressing that. If that's going to be the main topic of the movie, probably not, but it is going to be addressed for sure. Because it seems like the topic, like we're following a program called ARES rather than Sam and Cora. And I'll talk a little bit about that in just a few minutes. But point is, we are going to be understanding that, and it's like understanding what happened with them, and I'm excited for that. There is one shot in the movie where you see two light cycles in the real world. They're red colored, and it kind of like zooms in on someone riding the light cycle. But that person kind of has a blue helmet, and you can tell it's blue because there's just a little bit of light. And I completely did not realize that. I thought it was just it's the person on the red bike. But people are saying that it's the actor that plays Sam. So, because we just see like the eye, and there's a particular vein that the actor that plays Sam has, and it's in that same position on the left eye. So, yeah, for me, if that's going to be Sam, that's amazing. So again, I'm sure we're gonna get something from Sam and Cora. I'm sure. Either we're gonna see them, or it's just gonna be a cameo, or it's gonna be a mention. One of those three, or maybe all of them. But I'm sure we're gonna get there. So, in terms of ARES and Kevin Flynn, so we know for a fact that Kevin is coming back, because Jeff Bridges is coming back. But one thing that I think is gonna be interesting to see if Kevin is actually coming back, or if it's Clue. Or a different program that Kevin had created that is that looks like him because he created it. So that's gonna be very interesting to see for sure. Since we are following a program from the Dillinger grid, which came from the original Encom servers, it could be that that's just Clue 1.0. Like maybe when Kevin became CEO of Encom, he still used that particular grid and just made another clue in it. So that'll be very interesting. I think that that's very plausible and very realistic that he would do something like that. So we'll see. Especially since we know for a fact that he has other grids because of Tron Identity and now Tron Catalyst coming out in a few months, which I'm super excited for. So if you haven't seen my review on Tron Identity, definitely watch that as well. The playlist for my Tron in chronological order series reviews is in the description. So yeah, I think it's perfectly fine that Kevin had these other grids because we know he did. So yeah, it would be interesting if he left a clue inside of the Dillinger grid as well, before he had disappeared forever ago. So that's just like a little theory of mine of who that program is, because turns out even though we hear Kevin's voice in this movie trailer, we don't see him. But there was a leaked trailer from months ago where we do see Kevin at the end of it, but he's in the grid and it's all purple around him, and he has like this triangle pattern on his shirt, so he looks a little bit different. So yeah, that wasn't included in this one. This trailer was different than the one that was leaked, and I'm glad that it's different. There was some things I wish that they did include in from the leaked one into this one, but honestly, I'm very glad that we got this one as it is, because I feel like it tells you less than what the other one did, and I think that that's better. So that one was mostly for an event. This one's for the whole world to watch. So I like that they did it differently, because it leaves you wanting to see more and more of the surprises. So yeah, in that trailer we saw Jeff Bridges, who plays Kevin, as a person. It's either gonna be Clue, like a different Clue, or it's gonna be actually Kevin. So that's gonna be interesting to see, or maybe we'll see both. Um, and as for Ares, I know a lot of people are kind of with Jared Leto being Ares, but or even being in the production at all. But keep in mind that Tron Ares is really only alive because of Jared Leto. There's a whole thing with that. So like Disney originally canceled Tron 3 just a few months before they were gonna start filming. Like everything was ready, they were about to start filming, and then Disney canceled it. And many years passed, and Jared Leto kept fighting with Disney to bring the show or bring the movie back. And then Disney was like, okay, yeah, go ahead, you can make this movie. So yeah, Jared Leto helped keep Tron alive or bring it back from the dead, I suppose. So the fact that he's playing a character here, a lot of people are upset about it. But I think that it's gonna be a good movie either way, and I don't think that there's gonna be anything wrong with the movie itself. I think like people are being super critical with this. Again, I don't really know all the criticism about Jared Leto. I know a little bit about it, but guys, this is a movie, and he did help like revive the series. So like, let's just watch the movie, and let's just have a good time watching it. Because what's also really special is that this movie, Tron Ares, it feels like a natural progression of what happens at the end of Tron Legacy. So it feels like the next logical step in this series. And I know a lot of people are going to be complaining about many things regarding it, because many already are. They don't like the digital world in the real world. They think that we need to be exploring the grid more, and I do think we should be exploring the grid more as well. But that's why we had something like Tron Uprising, which was amazing. We got to really explore the grid. Really hope we can get another season for that. And again, I did review Tron Uprising as well, so please watch that. So I do think that the movies do need to explore the grid a lot more than they do. And I'm not just talking about that for Tron Ares, I mean in general. Like, that's always been one of my complaints with the series, is that the movies don't really explore the grid. Like, we don't really get to see so much of their daily lives in the grid. But then that's when you have to remember, this is a movie, so their time frame is short, and they need to put in and focus as much as they can on the plot while trying to show you some cool things here or there about that world. So it's understandable that they can't show too much about the grid, but what they do show is already amazing. And again, we are going to be seeing things from the grid in this movie as well. It's not like it's all going to be just 100% in the real world. It's not. We're going to be seeing things from the grid too. You can literally see that in the trailer. So I think people are being a little bit too critical of it. Some people keep saying that they don't even want to see programs interacting with humans. I'm just like, if you are okay with them going into the real world, why do you have an issue with them interacting with humans? Like, how does that make any sense? So like, people online are nitpicking on the concept itself and saying that it's not the next logical step, that it doesn't make sense, that they need to be exploring the grid. And again, everyone is okay to have their preference on how they wanted the next Tron movie to be and focus on. But when you follow the main story that was presented in Tron 1, Tron 2, this is the next logical step of where the main story would be going with everything that we had seen. Again, the main story, we still have expanded things that it touches on all of the other things. So I don't think there's anything wrong with that. And it makes sense, and I'm honestly super excited for it, because it seems something like so different. Like seeing the rectifier appearing between the buildings, that was insane. That was like amazing. It literally looks like an alien invasion movie, but it's not alien invasion. It's the digital world, and we have so many movies about people entering the digital world, and we don't have too many movies or stories about the digital world really coming out and interacting with humans. Because I mean, like, we have robots, but we don't have things like programs. Like one thing that I can think about is, for example, the show Code Lyoko. Now we had a computer virus that affected things in the real world, and even was able to project some things physically. But that's like one of the closest things that I can think about a digital world coming out and interacting with humans in a physical way. So, and that's not done through a robot. So that's what's very cool about this, is that it is something original, and it's just something that I'm super excited for. Um, and it just looks amazing. And Jeff Bridges is super excited for this movie. Like, he's saying that visually it's gonna be a visual masterpiece, and that the story itself is really amazing too. So like, Jeff Bridges has been hyping the movie so much, and the fact that we were spoiled that Kevin was coming back because of how hyped up Jeff Bridges is. Literally, Jeff Bridges leaked that he was in the movie because of how hyped up he was, and then they posted behind the scenes photos of him to confirm it. So like, the fact that Jeff Bridges, like the original actor in Tron, is super hyped about this movie should tell you that like this movie is in the right hands. And I remember making a comment about that on Reddit, and one person saying, no, this movie's not in the right hands just because Jared Leto is involved in it. I'm like, you have the original actor who has been in the first two movies, who is super excited about it. You have a director that is super passionate about it. And yeah, again, you can have your issues with Jared Leto, but then you have Jared Leto, who actually helped revive the series because of how much he loves Tron. And then you have the creator of the series involved as well, because the creator of Tron is a producer in Tron ARES, just as he was for Tron Legacy. So all of these people who truly love the series and who truly want to do the series justice. And on top of that, you have the original writer for Tron 3 back. So 5 people who are very heavily involved in the development of this movie, who knows the series really well and who really wants to do this movie justice. How is that not in the right hands just because you might not like a certain person in that group? Again, the fact that that particular person is super passionate about the movie series and helped revive it shows that they're gonna put care into telling this story right, as will the other 4 people involved. So yeah, the movie is in good hands. We got Jeff Bridges hyped, the original writer for Tron 3, we got the creator of Tron, we got a director that's really well renowned with some of his visuals, and then we also have someone who's, you know, the main actor who's really passionate about the series, and then fans are happy about Nine Inch Nails making the soundtrack for it, and from what we hear, the soundtrack sounds amazing. So like, the movie's in good hands, okay? And to keep it even more excited, what's it called? The original Tron 3 was called Tron Ascension, and I guess that people don't really know this, and I also kind of am only knowing about it more recently, within the past few months. But Tron Ascension was the original name for Tron 3, and ARES, the character, was always going to be a main focus in Tron Ascension. So ARES isn't a new character because of this. No, he was in the original version of Tron 3, and the digital world was still coming out. Some of the concept art that leaked for Tron Ascension made it into this movie as well. And again, they got the same writer to rework the script of Tron Ascension to be Tron ARES. So they're literally basically doing the same story that they wanted to do with a different perspective and some modifications, but the main concept and a lot of the visual cues and some of the characters as well is all being pulled in from the original Tron Ascension script. Again, it's been reworked, but it's basically very similar in a way to what that original movie would have been, with, again, some differences, such as in that original movie, we would have been following Sam and Cora adjusting to the human world. However, in Tron ARES, we're not following Sam and Cora, we're following ARES and him adjusting to the human world. And I think that that's also super interesting because again, I love Sam and Korra, and I do wish we would have been following them as well. Trust me. But I think in this concept, it would be really interesting because Ares is alone, and he's really gonna have not to like really understand everything there. So he's really gonna have to try to understand the human world without any support or very little support. Versus if we were following Sam and Korra, yes, Korra would have some struggles with it and not fully understanding everything. It would be interesting to see Sam teaching her those things, but we would have her being supported in that sense. So like she would have someone there helping her through that, and so she won't be as alienated or as confused with a lot of things as she would be if Sam wasn't there to help her. And so I think that's why with them going with Ares, who doesn't have someone there to like help him understand things about the human world, and him just really being alienated from everything and trying to understand it, I think that that's amazing. Um, so yeah, either way, again, same similar concept, just a different perspective, and the perspective works really well like that too. I have no issues with it. So overall, this is a 20-minute like just rant about this trailer because it looks so good. I'm super excited for it. I think that this trailer is gonna be, or this movie is gonna be fantastic. I'm just super, super excited for it. It just looks so good and so amazing. So yeah, I'm very excited for it. I know that my review for Tron Ares is probably gonna be an hour long when that's out. So, because I'm probably gonna be saying a lot of the same things I'm saying here, but yeah, I'm just so excited for this movie. That's an Avatar 3, which I'm surprised we haven't gotten the trailer for Avatar 3 yet. The trailer for Tron Ares just came out a few weeks ago. We're at the end of April right now. It comes out in October. So since Avatar 3 comes out in December, maybe we can see a trailer for Avatar 3 in like June. I think that would make a little bit more sense, or July. Definitely June or July, I think we'll get a trailer for Avatar 3, which I'm super excited for. But anyway, I hope we don't get more than one more trailer for Tron Ares. I think just 2 trailers is enough, and I hope that the next trailer won't reveal very much at all either, because I think that they should follow what Logan did with his trailers. Just 2 trailers that barely reveals anything, and just let the hype go, because it's going to be amazing. So yeah, guys, that's my thoughts on the Tron Ares trailer. Let me know what you think or what you're worried about in regards to this movie, and yeah, let me know what you want to see in the movie and what you are worried about and what you're most excited for. With all that said, guys, rate, comment, subscribe, and I'll talk to you later. Have a good day. Bye.